a ninth grader in pre-algebra who can't do basic 7th grade math. And I have to tell you, I'm more mad at myself because I was school board president. How did I fail my kid, let alone so many other kids in the district? Right? And so that's a question for me, is where are we moving forward with the technology piece? I know Scranton High School just passed no cell phones in school at all. Now I know our policy is 2015, and it states, no phone on the bus, no phone on the school. But you can go anywhere on this campus at any point in the day, and someone has an earbud. It could be study hall, they're on their phone, out gym. So, I understand technology is a valuable piece, but at what point do we cut back and allow our kids to really get an education? I think some of the board members have thought I've attacked them, but it isn't an attack. It's more my frustration on what I did as a board president and how I failed my kids. And boy, did my eyes open when I sat down and said, well, let's see where you're at. So, I think board members don't know what questions to ask until it's too late. And so that's why I'm asking this question is, what are we going to do with the technology piece? Because I have another student on the other side. In elementary, she was 5th grade, board stiff every day. And so, gifted twice a week, that's great. So I pulled her for charter. She's doing French. She's doing 6th grade. So where is this balance of the education piece? Because it's frustrating as a parent.
Sure.
And
I can't, not trying to avoid the question by any means, but it's very difficult to give an answer as to the percentage.
Well, but what are we going to do? Where's the education piece? We spend $17,000 per student to educate. And I had to pull 2 because of lack of education.
So
it's frustrating.
As you mentioned, each class is different. Some teachers utilize it more so than others. Some need to use it more than others because our textbook companies are moving to an online format.
Right.
So that makes it.
And there's been plenty of times we spent $150,000 on a textbook and never have it open. And so I think I would like to have, I guess, where I failed as a board member is not asking enough questions. And I just, want our board members to ask more questions because, I believe, when you have 60 plus kids on the stage at graduation for 90 and above, are we really 90 and above?
Bernice, you said about the textbook, if I could, you said about the dollar amount aligned to that textbook. Unfortunately, textbook companies, we don't necessarily want all of the things that come with that.
Oh.
They throw textbooks
I understand,
out.
absolutely. But, it's just,
and I think,
where are we going with the education piece?
Absolutely.
Because that should be our top priority.
and I think it truly is, as Dr. Barrett said, and this has been several years of us trying to navigate through a pandemic and make sure every kid's needs are met, and that's difficult to do.
It is. And so, for me, as being on the board, and that was the best my district could do at that time was that's 95% of the teacher uses it. That was the best we could do. And I just would like to think that we could do better.
And I'm sorry, I don't know what you're speaking about, but moving
No, when I
forward-
emailed the teachers, they said, sorry, we use technology 95% of the time.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. We should have said, hey, what can we do to help your student?
And
That was never done.
most of the teacher resources are online now as well, so they're accessing it via online.
But especially for algebra. Like,
I
really?
Because,
Especially with the technology, with the phones. The phones, they screenshot the math problem, it does it for them.
I go home and I have to yell at my own kids for being on their phones or devices, whatever it might be.
But yet we allow it. It's our policy, no technology. But I'll get a phone call because there's a hole in my kid's jeans, but everyone's walking around with a cell phone, right? So we have to have a balance somewhere, and I just would like it to be brought to the attention so we can make better choices, ask more questions, and cut down the cell phones. I mean, my kids wouldn't be thrilled, but...
And just know too, as a team this summer, we spent a great deal of time as a group revising policies and updating them to fit a post-COVID world, if you
Yeah.
will. So
Yeah.
thank you for bringing that to our attention, and it's definitely one that we will all take a look at and revise as needed.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me. Yeah, we all.
Getting all
we-
choked up.
I am. We all, and for the same reason, we all wrestle with what level of
Absolutely.
technology for our
Yeah.
family, for our everything, and it's definitely not decreasing. So we'll try to keep working with it. Thank you. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to bring to the board? Okay. We'll move on. We're going to do a block consent vote again tonight, since we just had our work session to discuss all the line items. There's no need to go through them again. So if we could, we'll do block consent motion for number 10 through 38Q. If anyone has any that they'd like to, any board members have any that they'd like to withhold, I would like to withhold number 38O. We'll discuss that after we do the block consent for the rest. All right, so if I could have a motion for that block, please.
I move that we approve the consent block motion for items 10 through 38, excluding or withholding number 38O.
I'll second.
All right, the motion for that block was made by Mr. Gershi and seconded by Mr. Wood. Is there any other discussion on any of those? Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed by saying no? Are there any abstentions? All right, those items pass. Now we'll go to number 38.
Pardon me. I wish to thank on behalf of the West Lane ESP custodians, cafeteria staff, thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, thank you. We've been trying to work at that and discuss it for a little while here, trying to get the lowest wage earners in the district up to a more living wage. And it's difficult because we've got to, of course, ask all of us to pay for that, so but we're glad to try to get it there.
Thank you.
All right. On number 38O, I'd like to make a motion that we table that. And whether we do it at a special meeting prior to the next regular meeting, I don't really have a preference myself. I think we're okay to wait until the next meeting unless anyone has a reason to do it sooner. So I made the motion to table that one at least until we have we're going to have I'd like to have an executive session for personnel after this meeting to discuss that and whatever else we may have to discuss, and then we can decide at that point if we're going to do a special meeting. Okay? So the motion was made by myself and seconded by Mr. Henslin. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed by saying no? All right, so we'll table that. And then we'll move on to number 39, the informational items. Upcoming dates, August 15th, 2022, the Evergreen Pre-K Open House, AM Pre-K 9 to 9:45 a.m. and PM Pre-K 10 to 10:45 a.m. August 18th is the 6th grade and new student orientation at the middle school, 6 to 7 p.m. August 23rd is Robert D. Wilson Pre-K Open House, 9 to 11 a.m. August 23rd is also a new teacher orientation, 9 a.m. to noon in the LGI. August 25th, freshman orientation at 6 p.m. in the auditorium. August 24th and 25th is our teacher in-service days. August 29th is the first day of school. The IRS millage rate is decreasing to 62.5 cents per mile effective July 1st, 2022 until December 31st, 2022. Letter C, the special education plan has been up for public review as of July 26th. Is there any correspondence? Federal program report? Any board member have, or anyone else have any other business? Okay, future meetings, Wednesday, August 31st, 6 p.m. board committee meeting in the admin building. Wednesday, September 7th, at 6 p.m. is the regularly scheduled public board meeting. There was a meeting held Wednesday, July 20th, an executive session for personnel and legal at 6 p.m. here in the administration building. We will add another executive session tonight immediately following this meeting. Is there anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn.